squeak of the cicadas. Hello! I was thinking to myself, like, how do I make a cicada noise? Because they're in my ear as I sit here and wait, because they're in the background of the menu. And I couldn't think of how to make that noise. Anyway, hi, this is Brownie Rose Smith, live from the Forbidden Library. Thank you for coming, Void. I appreciate you fitting me into your busy life, even if it's only for a little bit. I appreciate whatever time you get. And today we're going to be playing more Higurashi. Wait a minute. Wait a hot sec. I didn't update my Books Till Freedom thing again. I'm very good at that. I sit here for so long, making sure everything's working with the stream, and then I forget to do this, because we're actually on 9960 now. Isn't that good? Yay for short stories. Anyway, let's continue where we left off. We just finished the first chapter, and we did like the little extra bits that explained the uniforms and everything. So we viewed all the tips, so we can just continue! I'm sure nothing will go wrong in this stream as well. Everything will be fine. It will just be some really chaotic, maybe slightly horny teenagers. There's a mod to add cicadas in Minecraft, so your buddies can place cicadas around your house to announce you. That's funny. It took a little too easy on the morning. It took a little too easy on the morning of my day off. I took it a little too easy. There we go. Ugh, I can read. Hello, Neocromancer. Welcome. I was totally late. Today was the day Rena and Mion were going to show me around Hinamizawa. I like that the updated ones took away Leon's gun. But it's new outfits and new pictures, so obviously we need to have a quick look at the original ones. Look at those chunky girls! She's got a fucking gun! Oh, it's so silly. Oh, let's do the updated ones, please. Ren and me are already waiting for the meeting place. Kei-chan, you're late. Sorry, the show I was watching last night was really interesting. Blame that, that's a mood. Oh, so that's your excuse for being late and keeping two girls waiting. Me-chan, you just got here yourself. Busted! Last night's episode of A Day in the Life was interesting, wasn't it? She was just as guilty as me. Rena was carrying a pretty heavy-looking handbag. What is that? Mion answered my unspoken question with a wink. That's right. Rena really did make a picnic. Yay! Food! Kei-chan, after you left, Rena pulled out all the stops. It's not like I forced her to do it. It was nothing. She's been like this since last night, you know. Can you take responsibility for this? Alright. I am a man, after all. I'll take responsibility. Responsibility? For what? Rena! As we both turned around slowly to look at Rena, our gazes drifted downwards to the massive handbag she was carrying. It didn't seem logically feasible that it would be entirely filled with lunchboxes. Except this was Rena we were talking about here. She's very good at defying logic. About 2 kilos, I guess. When Rena was picking it up, I could see she was struggling a bit. I say 5. You're exaggerating. Deacon is a boy after all. Boys are always strong, right? Right? You have the ability to get someone to make great lunches for you, which is in fact a great power. Therefore, he does need to take responsibility. It's important. I thought he could probably eat a lot, so I made a lot. Okay? Let's get going. Yee-haw! Just from the way she was lifting it up, I couldn't believe the only things in there were lunch boxes. Correction, I say 5 kilos too. It's fine, Renner's hench! How about, but all of it needs eaten. I won't forgive you if you make Renner sad. Got it? The only thing I could do in that moment was exercise a bit to make myself hungrier. Yes, take responsibility for this tasty lunch you have invoked. Having finished with the pleasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. A carefree walk bathed in the gentle morning sunlight. I couldn't have imagined something so wholesome existed in my time in the city. These were the boonies, after all. No slovenly desk jockeys trudging to work on the weekends out here. It really was a nice place, peaceful and quiet. I have a whole different perspective on the whole desk jockey thing after watching the first episode of Zom 100, and I don't know if anyone else has. That was traumatizing. Genuinely traumatizing. As sparsely populated as the village was, you could still run into people by walking around. Good day. Good day. Oh, you would be my good desk jockey. The kind of... So Japan's got this problem with people working a little bit too much. Literally never leaving their desks. So, desk jockey. Salary slave. Lovely other words like that. Oh, the music's too loud? Okay. That's Millie's fault. That's Millie's fault from yesterday. Not yesterday, Tuesday. Last time I streamed. So I turned it up for the boss fight. That should be fine, right? Cool. Thanks for telling me. My two companions exchanged greetings with everybody we ran across. All of these passerbys even knew my name. When did I become famous? We passed 3 people, and when all 3 of them knew me, I started to feel a bit paranoid. It's a bit hard to say. Everyone knows everyone, since we are few people here in Hinamizuwa. So that means when an unfamiliar face walks by, they automatically assume that it's my Bahara fella who just moved here. Yeah, that's how it works out. It was a process of elimination you could pull off in a place like this, but it was quite effective. From now on, I'd better make sure to maintain a good reputation. Oh, that small town pressure. Gotta look good for the neighbours. The day I'm discovered accidentally gawking at a dirty magazine in the bookstore, I can expect all the villagers labelling me as a lech by the next day. Correct. Hinamizuwa is not to be trifled with. Correct. That's not the end of this nightmare. Of course I know them. The first person we met was Old Man Takizo from the Makino bike shop. His hobbies are bonsai and playing the flute. Next, we met the grocer's second son, Daisuke-kun. His hobby is sharpshooting, and he hopes to be an ace sniper in the future. Damn. Yeah, everyone knows everybody and no one has secrets, and if you think you have a secret, you probably don't, because next door already told everyone about it. Terrible times. And the person we just met was Mio-san, the nurse from the clinic. Her hobbies are birdwatching and photography. You know the names of everyone we passed by. And even their profiles? Seeing my surprise, Mion and Ren exchanged looks and burst into laughter. Oh yeah? We're not in a city where people hardly know the neighbors. Let's try it out. You there! Who am I? Yo, Keiichi Maebara! You say some mean things, but you're actually a kind, shy person. It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here. Your hobby is taking afternoon naps. Lately, you switched over to wearing boxers. Didn't you? Mion, how do you know that? That's enough! That's enough! Boxers? Enough of that! Apparently, there is absolutely nothing you can keep hidden here. Yes, indeed. No secrets in tiny towns. That's a horror in of itself. Hinamizawa is not a place to be trifled with. No, it is not. This feels more like you guys are showing me off rather than showing me around. That's right. Wait. We're parading you around like this after all. Don't you all think so too? The Kei-chan is fitting right into Hinamizawa. Who would like to do a 360 no scoop? The population of Hinamizawa is shrinking, so the villagers welcome anyone who's new here. I thought about brushing it off with something to the effect of, "You're kidding me," but I held back. Hand bat thinking, Yaruhodo. Had I ever greeted someone I'd just moved into the city like this before? Thinking about that made me believe what they said wasn't a joke after all. We passed another person. Of course, we were called out to again the same way. Oh my, good day! It's wonderful to see you getting along. This lady here is Fujishima-san. Good day! Oh my, Maebara-kun, how wonderful for you to be having a lovely girl on each arm. Indeed. Not even the burritos hidden under the rug in his secret room. Not so secret now, those burritos will be long gone by the time he gets home. How are you? Getting used to life here? Instead of regurgitating a pre-prepared response like I would have in the city, I responded with an empathetic nod. The old woman chuckled, voicing her appreciation of how energetic I was. Good! As I looked back over to Rena and Mion, they gave me a wink. Wink it. I can't... wink it. Kinda. Now then. How about we have lunch? Maybe. Maybe. Rena's brilliant smile had signaled the approach of an event that both Mion and I were trying to forget. Oh no. Lunch. We both looked at each other. I'm a man. I'll do what I can. But it's just too much. It's fine, Kei-chan. Leave it to this old man. Man off. Who's more manly? Keiji or Mion. I'm going with Mion every time, personally. Mion has never seemed as reliable as she does right now. I'd expect no less from the classroom representative. Rena, if we're gonna eat, we might as well go to somewhere with a good view. Aw, yeah! Good idea, I agree! Rena nodded her head happily in response to Mion's proposal. Let's go get a nice view. Oh, there's some stairs, what a view. Even more stairs and a temple. Cresting at the top of a stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. It had worn down a bit through the years, but the fallen leaves had been swept up, giving it a tidy feeling. This here is Furude Shrine. Furude. It's probably the place with the best view around. This place, be sure to remember it. On our next break, a festival will be held here. Isn't it a bit early in the season for festivals? The Watanagashi isn't a summer festival. Long ago, it used to be a celebration of the end of winter. I was embarrassed for assuming that festivals had to be held in summer. So uncultured, Kate. So uncultured, KG. Now then, spread out the lunchboxes, and there! Various coloured lunchboxes were placed one after another on top of the plastic sheet. It sure did smell delicious. It was Rena's home cooking. It went without saying that it would be delicious. But is it even possible to finish all of this? Hey, Mion. It'll take more than just a good view to get all down, you know. 2 extra stomachs! Nippa! Good afternoon. It was Rika-chan and Satoko. Why are they here? So they celebrate the end of winter in the summer and not spring. No, they celebrate the end of winter at the end of winter. It's just the KG expected all festivals to be in the summer because that is probably the most common time that Japan has festivals, I suppose. But Hinamizawa is different and has a festival at the end of winter, which is why he thinks it's a bit early. Mion grinned over at me. I see, this was her secret plan to power in numbers. She's a genius. You have my thanks, Mion. Following up, when all the pieces are in place, my speciality. There's a New Year's festival in the winter too. That doesn't mean they can't have more festivals. I imagine a lot of the different local towns probably have different local cultures. I mean, there's Ladies' Day over here in the UK, and different towns tend to celebrate that differently. It's mostly associated with horse racing and stuff like that, but there was a town I lived in where it was a big deal, and it was on a different day sort of thing, so it's local customs. We just had to come here since there was such a commotion. What is the meaning of this? Ladies' Day, well, it depends on where you are in the UK. Like I said, for horse racing, it's a day where the ladies get super dressed up for the horse racing. In the town I was in, it was sort of to honour the ladies who took over a lot of the men's jobs in the World Wars when the men went off to fight. Where I used to live, there was a big procession. All the ladies in the town would get dressed up. There would be a little parade. It would go from like the little girls at the front, like toddlers, little girls, teenagers, to adults, going up the scale with everyone in pretty dresses. and there would be a fair. And you'd also have to go in early because people drank a lot that day. It was great in the day, just don't stay out after dinner. Take a look. It's time for lunch. Buffet style. A handmade gourmet meal by Renna. I can see that much. Why have you laid out a tarp on our property? The temple is public grounds, it's not yours. Keiji is right. This is everyone's property. Ah, Rika-chan, such a good girl. Have a seat. Eat with us. Alcoholic. I don't want to say what the nickname of the day actually is because I don't want to very specifically say what town it is. Yet again, I suppose you could know. I'm always careful not to dox myself, but they called it Pint and a Fight Night. If that clarifies what I mean. After opening a spot for Rika, I promptly turned my back on Satoko. Hold on 1 second! Where's my spot? No spot for you, and nothing for you to eat. Don't worry, there's some for you too. None! I'll eat all of hers! Keiji is such an asshole. I will not allow that! Rika! Peasants, help me! God, I know this isn't what Satoko's like, but this royalty persona fits her so well, and I love doing it. Here, chopsticks. Both Satoko and I leapt at the boxes, having it out with each other. They always bully a girl, Neocromancer. They always do. She's got one of the personalities people find easy to bully and satisfying to bully, which is terrible. I feel bad for her a little bit. Man, really? Kei-chan, you're really good at leading people on. You might have a talent for this. Says the queen of leading people on. Have a plate. One for Neon-chan, one for Rika-chan too. Renna whipped out pairs of chopsticks and paper plates. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the comment. I'm glad I'm doing a good job. Yes. Trash boy! I could just call you Trash boy. Trash boy's a lot easier. We all like some trash here. If we don't hurry, it'll all be eaten up. That's right, okay. Shall we commence this battle? Please eat a lot. There's enough for everyone. She did bring enough to feed a small army, Renna said as she opened up a thermos. Oh, she brought tea? Heck yeah. Just then, I realized that this lunch was made under the assumption that 5 people would be eating. Renna knew. It didn't change how much there was, but the implication behind it was different. I will not allow you to have this hamburger. Using your elbow is against the rules, Satoko. Grabbing the back of my collar is also against the rules. It was a tough battle, blocking her full momentum and an elbow in the opening moves. Satoko appeared to have the upper hand, but the difference in our proficiency with chopsticks proved to be fatal and gave me the upper hand. Not the burgers! Ah, the last meatball! Satoko Hijoja! Satoko Hojo has been bested! Yum! Satoko and I amiably began choking at the same time, falling backwards and spasming. Oh no, licking the burgers has got to be against the rules. That's cheating. That's 100% cheating. Rika-chan patted me on the back to clear it, even though it was actually stuck in my throat. That is a funny thing. People pat your back, and that's got to be no old wives' tale. Unless you're really smacking it, I don't think it would ever help. Seeing that made Rena blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It was almost like flowers were floating around her. What? Mion advised Rena to refrain from saying anything that could get her locked up. Rena! What the fudging? What is going through her head right now? I don't know if I want to know. Patting back helps you burp, but that's... Yeah, because it helps babies, doesn't it? That's true, you burp a baby like that. This is how our meals usually go. I'd do anything in my power, just so things could stay like this. Oh, that seems foreshadowy. Does that mean things are gonna go completely fine from now on? The intense battle calmed. And finally, everyone reached the point where they could begin talking. Rena is really into cute things, but apparently I didn't think choking would be cute. Okay, see you, Void Dweller. Thank you for popping in. I hope you have a nice day. Receiving tea from the thermos. Tea! I let out a small sigh. I do wonder why there's so few words in Japanese to praise how something tastes. There's a lot of few words in Japanese do a lot. It's because the idea of togetherness during a meal didn't begin till the modern era. Really? It seems that long ago, people ate in silence. It must have made people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think? Is that why they have that whole loud slurping means you're enjoying the food? Because they didn't talk, therefore they slurped loudly to fill the silence. Oi! I didn't ask for compliments. What? Shush. I am a streamer, not best streamer. Thank you. Anyway. Meh. It's probably because back then the people were busy even while eating and didn't have time to compliment the flavor. That's just you. But you know, just hearing that it's good makes me happy. That my effort was worth it, I mean. She blushed a little as she said that. It was delicious. With absolute perfect timing, Rika-chan stuck Rena directly with praise. Oh no, I'm not very good at that either. She looked straight at her with an expression of bewitching innocence. After Rena uttered an unintelligible noise, a ring of smoke raised from her head with an audible poof. Correct. I need that as an animation. Oh, Rika-chan, I want to take you home. No, I mean, omochikairi. No, Satoko should not get all the food. It'll be unhealthy for her. She should get a nutritious portion. Thank you. It really was delicious. Rena flushed red with excitement, embracing Rika-chan and rubbing her cheek against her so hard you could almost hear it. To reward Rika-chan for her praise, ta-da! These are special. 2 apple rabbits. After sticking toothpicks into them, she thrust them towards Rika-chan. After Rika-chan accepted them, the mood suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. Oh no. Oh no, no. Oh no. Oh no, it's the Satoko's up to shit music. What is it, Satoko? What's with that defiant look? has everyone prepared proper praise to receive apples from Rena-san? Don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you think of with your weak vocab? Ho ho! Well then, allow me to show you. After Satoko flashed Mion and me a defiant look, she changed the tone of her voice suddenly. Let's see if I can do this. Hey. So, Rena need Chan's lunch. Satoko thought it was yummy too. Satoko looked up at her poutily while talking cutesy. Nope, that's the wrong. Satoko! No. What? How was that praise? That's not even persuasion by tears, that's persuasion by cuteness, isn't it? That's a Rena limited special skill. Well, if you've got the skills, flaunt it, girl. She blushed and her head spun, waving around in circles. Don't fall for it, Rena! She's gonna fall for it, sweet. It's Rena. It's Rena. Rena is completely built different, 100%. Oh! Of course! I was asking for the impossible from Rena. Glumped Satoko and began rubbing her cheek against her. Cute! Satoko is so cute! Take you home! Omochikairi! How? Swish! Stab! Push! Satoko was also presented with apple rabbits. After stuffing them into her mouth, she looked over at Mion and me with a defiant gaze. It took only 5 seconds to take down Rena. That's unfair! To think she'd used such a trick! If it upsets you so much, why not reward Rena-san with some praise? Damn it. That was a dirty trick. First of all, that wasn't even praise. I mean, it was. You said you enjoyed the food, that's praise. People tell me they enjoyed the stream, that's praise. Satoko, you think you won with that, don't you? How about I show you something much better than your superficial gimmicks? That sounds great, Mion. What kind of trick is it? Kei-chan's gonna be the one who does it. Oh lord, we're gonna flirt. Ho ho ho, why don't you show me then? The writhing of an old maid. I don't know who was talking. It's really hard to tell who's talking sometimes. The plan of attack she suggested was wicked. But it was the only thing we had to beat Satoko. After sipping my tea, I started talking very naturally and calmly. Perfectly. It is really good, isn't it? This is all freshly made, right? No. Actually, most of it, almost all of it, was frozen stuff. Then which ones did you make fresh? Oh, well, it's embarrassing. Do I really have to say? Must I? From the synergy of boy plus handmade lunchbox, her expression had melted into euphoria. I already know. This one, right? Huh? Rena turned an even deeper shade of red. The words, "I can't believe it," practically written on her face. How can you tell? How? Oh, that I made it. Of course. Mion had told me beforehand. Of course. I cheated. Cake. Keiji, you're an asshole. Can I keep... We need like a Keiji asshole count. It's been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited a beat. Next would be the finisher. It had your smell. This poor girl. She's gonna die. Keiji, she's gonna die. That will kill her. Silence enveloped the area. Rena, face completely red, froze solid. With a small yelp, Satoko also blushed. Of course, I did too. If Satoko could use the power of cute, Keiji can use the power of dick. This is fair game, unfortunately. I sure would like to try one of Rena's handmade rabbits or something. Even if this was all because I was competing against Satoko, it felt like I had crossed a line by a good 9 yards. I think, yeah, you probably have. This poor baby's maiden heart cannot take this. Then at that moment, boosh! It was a Tupperware filled with rabbits! Please eat some Keiji-kun! There's plenty for you! Oh, Rena. Instantly, dozens of apples were shoved into my mouth, knocking me over. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I thought that was Keiji there having his mouth stuffed until it said his name. Oh, okay, sure. Keiji-kun. My head was forcibly laid upon her lap. Even more apples were shoved into my mouth while she was squealing. One apple after another was forced into my mouth. More and more apples. Translation: how about them apples, Satoko? Looks like we win. Kei-chan, that was a beautiful sacrifice. How's that, Satoko? This is our complete victory, isn't it? I can't believe it! Such trickery! It doesn't bother me at all. Satoko ground her teeth, mortified. As she should be, that was... dirty tricks all round, dirty tricks all round. We did it. I claimed a victory as my consciousness drifted slowly away from me. Murdered by apples. Cyanide poisoning. It is a 2v1, that is true. Yeah, if Rika got in on this and helped Satoko a bit more, it'd probably be a bit more fair. But there is 2 older children ganging up on a small child all the time. At that time, Brenna stopped her squealing as she suddenly realized something. Rika-chan, you're not eating it. Did the salt water make it too strong? Maybe. Oh, Rika, yeah, sorry. It was Rena talking. Looking over, Rika-chan had pulled the toothpick out of the apple rabbit and placed it into her cupped hands, and seemed to be at a loss of what to do with it. Poor Mr. Rabbit. I feel sorry for him. I want to save him. That was the sound of splurting blood from Rena's nose. And is Keiji right in the splash zone on her lap? Cute! Tonight, I will take you home! She struck sporadically, her head wobbling back and forth. Then coming back to her senses, she took all of the apples around me, gathered them up and whoop, whoop, and fixed them back on a plate. Now they're all just fine, Kay. Here, I'll give them to you, Rika-chan. Kay, Mr. Rabbit. Rika raised up Satoko's hand like a referee. After having the plate of rabbit shoved to her, she whispered, Teamwork! Yes! She evened the odds, Neocromancer. I said if Rika worked with them, they could do it, and they did. What? What? A comeback? Translation: I just don't care anymore. Thus, my sacrifice ended up in vain. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful bonkers things. Kids being kids. If I remember correctly in the anime, it didn't start going really weird until that festival. So we might still have a wee bit of time before things kick off. It was a fun-filled, crazy day, but as soon as the sun began to set, the end of the day really did come quickly. Later, Renna, and Kei-chan. See you tomorrow. Thanks for today, Mion. I had a great time. See you tomorrow. Satoko and Rika-chan went home as well. We parted ways with Mion, and it ended with just Renna and myself enjoying the evening air on our way home. Thanks for coming today, Keiji-kun. Was it fun? Yeah, lots of fun. Almost feels like a waste to go home now. Well, would you mind taking a little detour? Maybe. I have looked at the old portraits before, and I plan on flipping to and from sometimes. Because I've seen some of the old portraits before, but I haven't seen them when they have, like, the crazy look and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see them. We're going to do this, like, Halo Master Chief Collection style, where I'm just going to look at the old portraits every so often. With these, giant-handed potato girls. They are cute in their own little way, that's for sure. A detour? Is it far? It's a bit of a walk, but it won't take long. Since we had been walking around all day, I must have seemed a bit tired. Not feeling like teasing Renna, I quietly nodded. Yay, you're being nice for once, Keiji. There's a whole ass, like, suspension bridge here. Oh yeah, I remember this place. Traversing a small path and up a small hill, the land suddenly stretched out before us. There, what looked like the remains of a dilapidated construction site came into view. A large heap of garbage spread out off towards the swamp. Probably illegal dumping. I recalled it being in the newspaper. Hoo-hoo! It's been quite a while. I wonder what's here. When you say it's been a while, you mean the business you had here was with this garbage pile? I switched to the old portraits relatively early and played the whole game with the old portraits as I prefer them more. That's fair. They have a certain charm to them, I won't lie. But I do prefer the new ones. I guess you'll be able to watch my playthrough and have a slightly different experience and see what the new ones look like. Yeah. It's not garbage. To me, it's a pile of treasure. Rena had already entered that well-known cute mode of hers. So that means there was something cute here, right? Wow, new pile! I can't wait! I can't wait! She bounded up the unstable slope. I'd expected no less from the born and bred country girl. Hey, wait! I'm coming! Whoa! She got that nice white outfit. Yeah, it's cute. I love this outfit. That's why I picked it for my thumbnail and to draw my chibi. Rena's outfit is absolutely iconic and adorable. And will look great with blood on it. I mean, what are you talking about? My city-raised self was completely pitiful. It's alright. Just stay there, Keiji-kun. It won't take long. Rena kindly declined my accompaniment. Don't fall. Watch your step. I'm fine. This is nothing at all. Literally bounding up the heap of trash, Rena disappeared over the other side. I didn't like being left behind, but I was still pretty tired from the whole day, so I just ended up waiting. Without the lively Rena around, the surrounding area fell quickly into silence. Except for the bloody cicadas, obviously. The cry of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. Fairly exhausted, I began to feel a little bit sleepy. Just then, sudden noises of scattering pebbles alerted me to someone's presence. Startled, I turned around. Oh, it's the photographer guy! Standing there was a typical-looking photographer. He spied over at me through his camera. His body was tanned and fit. Yeah, look at them muscles. Oh, we should look at his original sprite. Very important. Yep, definitely prefer the updated. Definitely a style that suits cute girls more than ripped men, even. But something about him seemed unreliable, and he had a bit of an aloof air about him. Well, it didn't seem like he was a bad guy in any case. Got a bit of soldier about him here with these tags and the camo. Whoa. He surprised me. Although startled when I turned around, he overplayed his reaction. That was my line. I'm the one who's surprised here. My bad. I didn't mean to startle you. Are you from Hinamizawa? I gathered that he wasn't, from that question. Unfazed by my suspicious outlook, he introduced himself without my prompting. I'm Tomitake, freelance photographer. I come to Hinamizawa from time to time. I didn't ask who you were. Quite rude to photograph someone without consent, one would think. My bad. I mainly photograph wild birds. They can't refuse, you see. That's not a good reason. Totally not giving off some creeper vibes. So what? You're saying I'm the same as the birds? No, well, you see that picture of a young man in the twilight was just picturesque. I apologize for trying to take your picture without asking. He saw a moment and went for it. Adults are pretty slick. All that annoyance I felt for being startled just flew away as he butted me up. Itchy nose. I had no intention of hanging around with this guy trying to get cozy with me, except it didn't seem like Rena would be back anytime soon. But this older guy, Tomitake-san, he didn't mind my cautious response and continued rambling by himself. Keiji-kun! Sorry to keep you waiting! Finish now! Rena popped her head out from the lower piles of garbage and waved a hand. You have someone with you? You have someone with you? That's Tommykit, not Rena. What would she be doing over there? That's what I wanted to know. Dunno. Maybe she's checking on that dismembered corpse that was out here long ago. Evening, Zera's pretty short too. Welcome! Tomitake-san looked shaken up by that for a moment. Uh-oh. I responded as if I was talking to Rena and the others. It was quite a disturbing incident. They still haven't found one of the arms. Keiji-kun! Sorry to keep you waiting! You were waiting a while, I guess. I'd best leave you two lovebirds alone. Don't call them birds after you said you don't get permission from birds for photos. It's weird. Apologies for startling you, Keiji-kun. Tomitake-san chortled suggestively, then disappeared into the twilight. You're weird. Don't like you. Good thing I know what happens to him. That one's not taken me by surprise. Missing my chance to retort put me off a bit. Keiji-kun, are you angry? Why, I wonder? It wasn't Rena's fault, so I decided to just brush it off for now. Because he met a weirdo. How was it? Find a treasure trove? Oh yes, so listen. You see, there was a Colonel Sanders doll. A Colonel Sanders doll? Oh, that thing. Those statues they always have outside the front of that fried chicken place. The life-size dummy. He is absolutely sussy photo man. Yeah, Colonel Sanders. Aw, how cute. I want to take it home. I couldn't tell how she decided what's cute and what's not, but, well, she seems to want it. It's garbage, right? No one would care if you just take it home, right? It's become the base of another pile. I can't dig it out easily. There's no lampposts over there, so it'll get pretty dark soon. Rena seemed quite down about finding a treasure and not being able to bring it back. I'll help you out. To repay you for that delicious picnic you prepared. Aw, thank you. Birds heading home to roost proclaimed that nightfall would soon be upon us. Keiji-kun is going to help. I can tape for Colonel Sanders. Whoa! Rena staggered along as if intoxicated in her dreamy state of mind. I tried asking her in a way that wouldn't take her out of her cheesy state. Hey Rena, long ago, did something happen here? Seems like they were building a dam here. I don't know the details though. Seems like they were building a dam here. I don't know the details though. Oh. Just wondering if you knew about, you know, an accident or something. I don't know. Her tone was disturbingly frank. It sounded more like denial than an answer. I must have appeared rather dumbstruck. Rena quickly lightened her expression. Actually, I didn't live here until a year ago. Huh? You transferred here too? I was sure that. So you see, I don't really know much from before that. Sorry. Sussy, sussy Rena. Sussy, sussy Rena. Low-key Rena find everything cute. It's just like, yeah, you do find some strange horrors cute, that is for sure. Don't really know. Don't want to talk about it. That was the kind of feeling she gave me. Thinking about it, of course it would be like that. This wasn't the type of thing girls would enjoy talking about. Yes, of course we don't like talking about murder. It's not that a lot of females don't absolutely chug true crime podcasts or anything. It was quite a disturbing incident. It seems they haven't even found one of the arms. If it's just like Tomitake-san said, then I had a feeling only the Higurashi would know. This kid is great. Ba 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 ba. Sussy scenes. So we've had one moment of kind of susness so far. You receive new tips. The Maya. Oh. View all new tips. Mayabera Manor. He has a manor? A whole ass manor? So, Kei-chan, you're not stinking rich. What is this all of a sudden? Did I come to school in a limo before? How much do you get for a monthly allowance? About $10. It's not that much. That's a rather plebeian amount. His lunch is made up of normal stuff. He isn't rich. What are they talking about? To be asked out of nowhere how much I get and then told it's a plebeian amount. Sorry. Rena seemed to pick up on my dubious expression and started giggling. Kei-chan, your house, you know, it's pretty big, yeah? So the architecture has people around Hinamizawa calling it the Mayabara Manor, and it sort of stands out. Mayabara Manor? Since the house is so big, everybody is gossiping, wondering exactly how rich you are. Ah, I see. Now I get it. Well, the frame of it is huge. I see how it could cause some misunderstandings. From my deduction, I wager they spent too much money on building the house, and that's why they're now broke. Absolutely peasantry. Being broke, how very, very unfortunate. Rika-chan took pity on me and patted my head. I go from being treated like a millionaire to a beggar. Kids. Yeah, sorry for ruining your imagination, but we aren't millionaires or poor. We're the image of a normal, average household. You can't call it normal with that huge house. Entryway is all grand, the gate is large enough for a truck to get through. That's not normal at all. They do say the bigger your house, the more prosperous you are. The bigger the house, the bigger the what? The reason the house is so big is because Dad's studio, isn't it? There are a bunch of different workshops and lots of his works are hung up in different places. All of them are huge too. For those reasons, the family actually uses a third of the house for day-to-day living. He planned it out so people and cars could come in and see the gallery he opens up in the house someday. By the way, the entrance Mion's talking about is the one for the studio and is normally sealed off. The entranceway to the Mayabara family actually uses a very plain, simple one. The interior is much different from how it looks on the outside. I kind of like the details here that someone, like, obviously this is a photo someone's put a filter on, but like the dirt road with the giant puddles is a very familiar sight. I'd really like the chance to explore Kei-chan's house. Claiming not to be rich, but having a home like that. What could be hidden there? What treasures? Maybe there's something cute hidden? They probably have no money to purchase furniture, so it's filled with Spartan rooms. If there are carpeted rooms, I would love to try rolling around on the floor. Eureka. Oh, that would be great. I want to roll around too. It seems their imaginations were just piling on. Well, sometime in the near future, it wouldn't be too bad to invite them all to my house. Dad is a sucker for the ladies, so he might even let them look around his studio. That's something obviously you didn't inherit, Kay, because you're an absolute asshole to the ladies. The cry of the Higurashis crescendoed as the sky towered over everything. It was hot, but the air was clear. It smelled like the beginning of summer. What about this one? The Damn Site's Murder/Dismemberment Newspaper Edition. Interesting. From June XX, 1979 edition. The Shinibone City, Okinawa Police Station, June XX, late night. Suspects, person, were arrested on suspicion of murder and improper disposal of a corpse. The main offender, X, has been added to wanted lists nationwide. According to our sources, the 6 suspects were at the Hinamizawa Dam construction site workroom on Xth at 9 p.m. There are suspected where they had me trying to do a noise voice. Me trying to do a news voice and getting it wrong. Where they are suspected to have assaulted and murdered the site overseer X as a group, dismembering his body and hiding it. On X at 8 o'clock in the morning, a report was filled by the Shinibone City Hospital in which a male suspect alluded to having murdered Mr. X. When questioned at the police station, the individual confessed to the crime. Since a portion of the body was recovered at the location he gave, he was arrested that afternoon on suspicion of murder and mutilation of a corpse. The rest of the suspects were arrested the same day, but the main culprit is still at large. The police are currently on his trail. Are we sure it's a he? I know. Murder's one thing, but if you're going to get rid of the corpse, do it properly. The motive is purported to be a drunken verbal dispute during which he killed the victim in a fit of anger. However, there are multiple inconsistencies with their testimonies. The investigation is ongoing. Interesting. Right, let's give this a quick save. I didn't make any choices, so I can still just save normally. That's fine. We're not missing anything. Are there actually any choices in this game? I haven't had any yet. I need a small break. I know I don't normally, but I do today. I will BRB. One sec. Let's continue! That was a really small chapter compared to the first one. So I wonder if the chapter's going to be a bit smaller because it's a bit less introductory now. And will things start hitting the fan soon? We have no idea. A Colonel Sanders? Ha! Of course that's right up her alley. I understand her wanting to take home Satoko and Rika-chan, but I can't understand the Colonel Sanders. What's so good about that four-eyed geezer? Geezer! Four-eyed geezer. It's probably better to hear it from Rena, don't you think? She'll probably just say, because he's so cute, though. Rena, does Rena often go to construction sites to hunt for treasure? Every now and then she says she's going to have a look. But a girl her age rummaging around in garbage is, well... Well, who are you to judge a girl and her hobbies, Kay? If Rena enjoys it, I think it's fine. Exactly! Oh, sorry, I keep hitting the microphone with my headphones. Apologies if that keeps coming through as a big bang. I shake my head and then I smack the microphone and it's not good. I need to figure this out. I need to figure out a better layout, maybe. Anyway. What were they doing over there? Dam construction? It had been bugging me since yesterday. Like an itch I couldn't scratch. It was cancelled a long time ago. Everyone gathered together and fought against it. Hearing an ominous word like fought come from Rika-chan's mouth startled me. That's right. It was unbelievable. They said Hinamizawa would be sunk into the reservoir and we had no say in the matter. So I'm only able to be here because the protest succeeded. Yeah, tough people. I'm sorry. I didn't keep you, did I? Did I? Also, to answer your question, there aren't really choices in the game. At least, not that really matter. Oh, I see. So it's not really high difficulty. You're gonna get lots of bad ends. It's just enjoy the story kind of visual. Understood. My deepest apologies, Kei-san. It took me a while to powder my nose. I fucking love you, Satoko. I did not like Satoko very much in the anime. I felt bad for her, but I did not like her. However, reading her in this is so much more fun. Satoko. Wait to use the can until you really have to go. It's a lot easier since it shoots right at you. What? How dare you speak that way to a maiden of unparalleled beauty such as myself? I fucking love her. What was she calling a maiden? The best maiden of unparalleled beauty, obviously, Katie-kun. It's great. If Satoko really was a maiden, she wouldn't have reacted like that. The usual hijinks ensued. Hijinks. Shenanigans. Mischief. Now then, gentlemen, in accordance with the rules of our society, I bring to point a discussion. He, Keiji Marahara-kun, wishes to be included as a member of our activities. What say you? Rena has no objection. Oh ho ho! I wonder if he likes his peasant. I wonder if the likes of this peasant is up to the task. Me and Satoko both approve. I love that Ren is her translator. The three that Mion had queried voiced their approval. It's unanimous! Congratulations, Keiji Marahara-kun. I present you with the honor of being allowed to take the entrance exam for our club. Start from the beginning. I didn't say I would join. What club is this? What our club does, you see. In order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities under different sets of rules. Sometimes they are in your favor, and sometimes they work against you. I'm pretty weak, so I'd prefer if you didn't single me out. Let's try to get along. You're so naive, Rena. The law of the jungle is survival of the fittest. This was starting to sound a bit sketchy. So, what kind of club is it? To sum it up, it's a club where we play games together. Thank you, Translator Rika. Chaos Translator Rika. Rika-chan was the only one to answer my question with a pertinent response. So basically this club put Mion's hobby of collecting rare games to use. By playing the various games that Mion had hoarded every day, it seemed that depending on the day there were prizes for the winner or a penalty for the person who finished last place. I'll make this clear right now. We aren't playing house here. You should treat each win or loss as if your life depends on it, alright? What's wrong with just having fun? Don't make it sound so crazy. The first rule of our society. Aim for the first. Aim only for first place. Going at it half-assed just because it's a game is not allowed. Rule number 2 of our society. For that reason, you are obligated to make all possible efforts. So you're not allowed to go easy on anyone because you feel bad for them. I do that with friends when we're doing like things and you put a card down and you're like, I'm sorry, because you know it's gonna go bad for them, and you're just like, I have to win, but I'm sorry! The way Satoko said it sounded like she was saying, use any means necessary. So you just gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Of course, I will do my best too. I'm pretty weak, but I'm just trying my best. I knew what they were trying to say. In a game where everybody is aiming for the top, it's rather unsportsmanlike to just play for fun. Alright, then I too will go all out. With that, I was finally ready for the rite of initiation, my baptism into the club. A word of warning, Kei-chan. Reno can get pretty nasty. This initiation looks like it's gonna be rough. Mion began fishing around in the student lockers in the back of the room. They have games here at school. Well, it's club equipment, so I guess it's fine. Board game club! Complicated games would put Kei-chan at a disadvantage, so today we'll play a game that you are familiar with. How about a standard card game? Like Old Bachelor! I am not familiar with this game. Alright, let's do this. I am not familiar. Can't really get into it unless there's a penalty. This time, the loser will be sentenced to having their face drawn on. What do you think? Well, it won't be oil-based paint, right? Right? Oil-based. Face painting with oil-based paint. That's perfect! Satoko cheered the idea on. She didn't even flinch at the thought of such severe penalty. It seemed like she was raring to go. If it's just gonna be like this, then I can't lose either. Then I'll just cut the deck and start dealing. This is what he suddenly had. Old Bachelor is pretty much the same as Old Maid. A game I have heard of, but not actually familiar with the rules. There's only one difference. There's no Joker. In its place, one card is pulled out at the start, meaning there will be one card without a match left over at the end of the game. You don't know which card will end up being the Joker. It's a pretty thrilling game, so it's you don't want that card kind of thing. It's you got to get rid of your cards, and if you're the one with the last card, you died. Interesting. Oh no, the serious battle music is out. I'll take the card now! Renner took one card and left it face down on the table. Everybody stared at the card intently. Well, it'll be pretty obvious in the endgame. No way to tell at the start. But the rest of them were very serious. Oh, I vaguely remember this. They didn't seem as relaxed as I was. They compared their cards to the one face down, while all gauging each other's reactions. It was as if they could see what the face down card was, because they're a bunch of frickin' cheaters. Well, they're not cheaters, I guess. You activated my trap card! No, it couldn't be. This deck is pretty worn out. No way. Can everyone tell by the scratches on the card what is on the table? Remember the second rule of our society. K-chan must try his hardest to win as well. A number of cards are quite unique, Keiji-kun. Keiji-kun should be able to remember them pretty quickly. She said that so matter-of-factly. Oh, lordy, poor man. Suits me fine. Don't think a little thing like that can be your crutch. I lashed out angrily, but it was rather obvious I was at a disadvantage. After all, they'd gone so far as to memorize the wear and tear for each individual card. This wasn't a simple game of Old Bachelor. If this was a test, then they were playing with the answer sheet in front of them! Bring it. I'll take the advantage of your carelessness and beat you at your own game! That baseless confidence would soon be crushed. Hehehe. How about I tell you your hand starting from the right? 3, 4, 9, Jack, Queen. But you didn't say suits! Ah! By the way, the Bachelor is the Jack of Diamonds. Ah! I can tell what they are even if you switch them around. And I'm out. Ah! I thought it was prepared. But for it to be this brutal, just overwhelming. Demons. You're all demons. Renna isn't a demon, are you? Sorry, Keiji-kun. This is the 3 of hearts, isn't it? I'm out. Renna! You betrayer! Not even a hint of mercy. Nope, I misaligned, I misclicked. What did I miss? Renna! Even Rika-chan! These club activities weren't to be trifled with, like everything else in this town. And Loomis of this club would definitely survive the cruelest situations. If our entire class had self-detonating collars strapped to their necks and they were dropped into a deathmatch on a desert island, these guys would take to it like a fish to water. I mean, that story. I can already picture their joy as they hunt down each of their classmates. It's a lowest point system. The order itself dictates the points. Whoever has the lowest point total wins. Since Keiji finished last, he has 5 points. There's already a 5 marked down on my scoreboard. Yay! I think it's unfair to Keiji-kun if we don't use a new deck. It's fine, it's fine. We're gonna be sexist about this. Keiji's a man after all. He can turn the tables even if the odds are stacked against him, right? It's fitting for a lowly peasant to scamper home and soak their pillow in tears, don't you think? Higurashi Squid Games, yes! I'd love to see it. A petite hand laid itself on top of my head, which was trembling from uncontainable frustration. It was Rika-chan's. Keep on fighting, yeah? Nippa! Thanks to Rika-chan's words of encouragement, I was able to calm down. You need to be calm, especially when you're cornered. That's the power I could muster during this crisis. Think clearly, Keiji Mababa. Take your time. Look at the cards carefully. It's just as Renner said. Each card has its own distinct markings that make them stand out. Memorizing them should be pretty simple. Think about what you can do in this situation. Try everything in your power to improve your chances of victory. I do remember what he does with this, and it's very smart. Whoa, great, Keiji-kun, just like that. I covered the unique marked cards with my hands, or other cards, arranging them in such a way that they couldn't be seen. The one with the ripped corner should be the 5. And I'm out. I couldn't let any of those precious hints slip me by. All information is a weapon. Then it was my turn. Satoko fanned her cards out for me. You see, I want the 7! This is the 1! I wonder about that. You won't know unless you take it. There was a bit of dismay in her expression. Like, she doesn't want it taken. That kind of expression. I won't let that momentary lapse slip me by! I know! It's the 1! Got it! 7 of spades! A cheer of ooh rang out. What is this? The 7 should be the hardest one of all to tell apart. It wasn't from memorizing the marks. Those slight changes in their expressions as I was collecting the cards were enough. Can't hide it from me, Kei-chan. This mark means the 2 of diamonds. What? She was startled by her own misread. Everyone else was too. Huh? That's rare for Mi-chan. That Mi-chan gets a card wrong. No. Kei-chan. Could it be you? They told them apart by different marks. That mark was a nail scratch. So I put a new one on it. saying that he disguised it as the 2 of diamonds. What an impressive show of wit. Kei-chan landed a clean hit. Clap. That's great, Kei-kun. Big brain Keiji moments are great. That was an incredible match, you know. Having defeated the Forerunner Mion, my brilliant battle left me ecstatic. But by total points, it was already set in stone that Mion would win, and I would finish last. Took him too long to think of this, I guess. I laughed haughtily, selecting the tone of my voice carefully to get on Mion's nerves. Well, I'm going to end up the loser, but I'm satisfied with one-upping Mion at the end. Wahahahaha! That should be the proverbial slap in the face to Mion, who was at the top already and ensured victory. Even if Kei-chan gets first place this round, he'll still end up last place overall. Don't you hate that? Of course I do. Let's have a duel. One chance. If you win, then we'll swap first and last place. How about it? You up for it? She fell for it! Yes! Master Manipulator Keiji. A chance for an upset that wouldn't be possible without goading her into it. One chance, you say? Let me hear the rules. Mion discarded 2 cards from her hand and replaced one with the Joker card that was on the table, then shuffled the resulting hand behind her back. The card in my right, or the card in my left? If Kei-chan can guess which hand the Joker is in, then he wins. By the way, did you know there's an anime based off a gacha game that collabed with Higu? They dedicated episodes giving it cameos. Oh, that's cool. Yay, collaborations. When you turned around just now, you didn't pull out the Joker, did you? If you lose, I'll show you the card in the other hand. Is that okay? The other 3 gulped nervously at this unexpected turn of events. Alright, you've got it. Mion grasped 1 card in each hand and thrust them out at me. First, I needed to inspect them closely. The card on the right had no distinguishing marks. I couldn't tell which one it was. Which one, I wonder? Keiji-kun, be careful! Yeah, of course, this is my chance for a big comeback. Looking closely at the card on the left, I saw a little wear. It wasn't one I'd seen before. Ah! That card is... I didn't let that bit from Satoko slip me by. Mion clicked her tongue. I didn't recognize the mark on the left card from the small number that I had memorized. I didn't know what the left card was, but I could tell from Satoko's reaction that it was a card that the card had already appeared during the game. Since it had already appeared before, it means that it definitely wasn't the Joker. Oh? Kei-chan thinks the one on the right? Will you choose that one then? Will you? The left card definitely wasn't the Joker. If I could trust that theory, then I should be able to declare that the card to the right was the Joker. Even without Mion's taunting, the one on the right was the most suspicious. But wasn't it a bit too rash to decide based solely on Satoko's reaction? More carefully. Ah! I remember now. That mark. The left card, no doubt about it. The 7 of clubs. Hmm? It's the 7 of clubs, I see. It's the 7 of clubs, I see. I've won! The card on the left was the 7 of clubs. So that meant the card on the right was the Joker! Or is it? And then, just before my hand touched the right card, I froze. I would expect no less from you. There was a wave of murmurs amongst onlookers at my sudden halt, right before I confirmed that the right card was the Joker. Huh? What could Keiji-san possibly be saying? I mean, the left one is... Shh! Oh, what makes you so certain the right one is the Joker, Kei-chan? Mion let loose an unexpected question. Everyone else was baffled. I don't know what the card on the right could be, but I know that the one on the left is the 7 of clubs. Then, doesn't that leave the right one as the Joker? One of them has to be the Joker, right? Yep, one of those is the Joker, right? Keiji-chan has good intuition. Huh? Rika-chan, what do you mean by... Rika's got a big brain too. She just doesn't show it all the time. So basically, the 7 of clubs. I discarded that by matching it with Satoko's 7 of spades earlier. Everyone's attention snapped to the discarded pile at the same time. The truth of the matter couldn't be discerned from that sloppy pile. So that means Mion pocketed one of the discarded cards, then aligned it over the left card. And that means... I see. I get it. The left card is being disguised as the 7 of clubs, right? It was the first time since the start of the match that a shadow ran across Mion's expression. And I didn't let that slip by. With a grand flourish, I declared loudly, the Joker is the left one! It was an intense moment. That 1 second felt like an eternity for everyone there. Breaking that silence, the first one to speak was Mion. Being the first president of this club, I've been witness to a variety of performances. Kei-chan, yours is the best. The best of the best of the best. That was probably the greatest compliment Mion could ever give. Mion accepted her defeat, drooping the cards from both hands. My comeback victory! Rika-chan placed her hand on my head and began petting it, congratulating me on my victory. Huh? Rika-chan is... Rena and Satoko gaped at us, as if they'd seen a ghost. What is it, Rena? What is it, Rena? It's not as if I cheated or anything. This was fair and square. Rika only pets someone on the head to console them. Oh no! Huh? What's the meaning of... At that moment, Rena let out a small shriek. Keiji-kun! This is how it was! You know, Kei-chan, I thought you'd read into that far. I thought you'd read into it that far. Everyone froze. No. It was just me. It was a gamble. If you had just jumped to conclusions like a little brat, then I would have lost. It was the answer everyone was certain about. Mion picked up the card from the losing hand. Kei-chan, you know, you should take pride in this loss. She turned it around. That was The card that proclaimed the victor of this duel. The card under the 7 of clubs. Unbelievable was the 2 of diamonds. It was a setup behind a setup. This is where Satoko gets her tricks from, isn't it? Satoko has learned from Mion. If I just picked the right one without reading so deeply into it. Defeated by overthinking. What a mood. I, Mion Sonozaki, as president of the club, do accept Keiji Marabahara's membership into our club. Iron sharpens iron, very true. As I slumped down to my knees, dazed, everyone let out a round of applause for the excellent effort I gave despite my defeat. The match is now over. Today's victor is me, Mion Sonozaki, and our exalted loser, Keiji Maebara. Everyone made a commotion, applauding cheerfully. I felt I was bested, but I was so soundly beaten that it unexpectedly felt rather refreshing. When Mii-chan pulled that little trick behind her back, I got excited thinking, oh, she's gonna do it again. When Keiji-san stopped the moment before touching the correct card, I thought, he fell for it. He fell for it quite handily. Huh? Hey, wait. All of them knew from the start and still got excited so earnestly? Of course they did. Of course they did, Keiji. It's so much fun to watch. Everyone got excited to make it more fun. You're all demons! You monsters! Now then, Kei-chan, it's time for your penalty. Since it's your first day participating, I'll go easy, okay? It would be a problem if you refused to come to school. The 3 of the members held down my arms and shoulders firmly. Mion approached, licking her lips. Her right hand went to pull something out of her pocket. It's a felt tip marker. And it's large and oil-based. Okay, here we go. She took off the cap of the marker and brought it slowly to my face while I was immobilized. No! 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 That time I hit my mic with my glasses instead of my headset. I let out my death throes. The end. And Keiji was never seen again. Without a dick on his face. What another exciting day of school. Home we go. As soon as club activities were finished, Rena flew off. Probably so she could dig out that cute Colonel Sanders that she wasn't able to take home yesterday. So today it was just Mion and me walking home together. A rather rare occurrence. A mountain of treasure, huh? The guys throwing it away probably never thought in their wildest dreams that Rena would be so grateful to them. Mountain of treasure meaning that damn construction site from before. Oh right, Mion would probably tell me. That murder by dismemberment that seemed to have happened there. You just gotta rock the dawn and dig with confidence. Sounds like a phrase. Over there, you know, that dam construction site? Did something happen there long ago? Something sure did. A grand battle. There were sit-ins, demonstrations. It was a bit different from what I wanted to hear, but I decided to just listen all the same. That was our land that was going to be sunk into the dam reservoir. I thought I would have thought as well, probably. The government guys were really adamant about it, acting all big and full of themselves. Since they figured out that they couldn't settle it with money, they did a bunch of nasty stuff. They were nasty guys. Mion spoke excitedly, as if the whole thing was happening right in front of her. I'm amazed you guys won. You were facing the federal government, right? The mayor and prominent figures in the village all signed petitions. They went to Tokyo and struck deals with legislators. And as a result, the development plan was retracted. It was our complete victory. Ha ha ha! There wasn't any violence, was there? Like assaults or murders? None. She probably cut me off. The same as Rena had. Her words signaled the end of discussion. Tomotake-san said, one arm wasn't found in the incident. I thought that a murder by dismemberment had occurred, but I guess I was wrong. Gaslight girl boss gatekeep! My curiosity unsated, I sighed dejectedly inside. Later! See you tomorrow! Kei-chan, you can't wash that off until you get home. Got it? I got it. I won't. Mion held back her laughter while stealing glances at my face. I wonder what kind of nasty doodles they drew. Probably a big penis, you know, the usual. Damn you, Mion, you shall rule this day! If our roles are ever reversed, I'm going to slop it on. All over your face, so you won't be able to take it off, even with a scouring pad. Upon arriving home, I ran straight to my mum, embarrassing myself yet again. Mom, get the stuff off my face. The mood I'd come into was already on edge. It's not an uncommon thing in our family. Whenever Dad can't come up with a good idea, it always ends up like this. He stomps around the house with his arms crossed. Mum whispered into my ear, Welcome home, Keiji-san. Dad, he's in a bit of a rut right now, so don't bother him, okay? He can't come up with a new idea? It's because the deadlines are so close together this time. Your dad needs time to recharge or he doesn't work as well. Dad's paintings feed our entire family. If he runs out of ideas, then it's the end of the Mayabaras. We've never gone hungry before. Could it be that my dad is a master painter to be able to support an entire family? Yes, he is. No hungry artist here. Wouldn't it be easier to get an idea taking a walk outside rather than wandering around the house? The theme of the piece this time is in the household. So it seems your dad wants to use this house as a motif. That's quite a bothersome motif. And looking at the time, I may have to stop it there. I know it was kind of awkward, but I don't... The last chapter was a bit too short, so I couldn't really stop it at a good time. And then I didn't want to completely stop it before because we still had a bit of time. But anyway, I kind of need to stop it for today. Thank you everyone for coming. If you have not already, please consider putting on likes and subscribes. You probably have about 5-10 minutes left. If you would like to go to my Kofi and buy a Kofi, you can put a message and it'll play in the stream, because that's what that little widget thing there does. Excuse me while I do a bit of shilling. I have a book in the corner there. I wrote that book, and in the corner there there's a discount code you can use on a website called Smashwords, which has a link in the description, and you can get 10% off that book. Yay! That book is also available on Amazon and many other places. I'm also attempting to get into freelance writing and things at the moment. So if you have anyone who needs blog posts done, content done, creative writing done, please feel free to point them in my direction. That would be lovely if you could do that. I also have a Discord now, and the link in the description should not run out now, so that's wonderful. Anything else I need to show? I'm thinking about a Patreon recently. I did have one once upon a time, so I'd keep an eye out for that as well. And other than that, I will be back on Sunday with some more Leap into Darkness. We're probably looking at the finale, actually. We've not got a lot left. And that would be it. That's all I've got for you. That's all I've got for you. Thank you everyone for coming. It's been such a fun game so far. I hope nothing else goes wrong and everything stays happy, obviously. Obviously, I'm not itching for it to get weird yet, obviously. Anyway. Thank you, Neocromancer, Trash Boy, Jake 13th, Overseer Chase. Zero is pretty sure too. And Void was here for a little bit for being in the chat. Oh, and Zikron for being in the chat. Thank you to anyone who lurked, and thank you to anyone who watches the VOD. I had fun. I hope you had fun. This has been Brandon Rose Smith, live from the Forbidden Library. Goodbye. I came back just for it. Thank you! Thank you, Necromancer! You're the best! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! Thank you for the months and the thing. Can I, like, replay it? That'd be great.